Good spring, still a long way to go. Some optimism for Canes fans, sure.
Awesome stuff, Roman. Follow him at Roman Kane on Twitter. New episode of our podcast, Benched, will drop on Thursday. And then, of course, Orange Bowl boys will ramp back up before the Alabama game. And we got some special stuff planned for them that we were booking over the weekend. So more details on that down the road. But, Roman, thank you very much, bro. Have an awesome, awesome week.
Awesome. You too, Ben. Stay safe.
Awesome. All right, we're going to take a break. And then Mike DiRocco from Jacksonville. We're going to talk a little Jags football, what they're going to do. Oh, my God, is there any mystery with what Jacksonville is going to do with the number 1 overall pick in the draft? We're about to find out, everybody. This is OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody-Ass family. Dr. Moody-Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnsideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a two-night event as OnsideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL draft party on the planet.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
Inter Miami CF loses its opening match 3-2 to the LA Galaxy. Robbie Robinson got his first goal of the season off an assist by Higuain. Higuain also got a penalty kick goal in the second half. Their next match Saturday versus Philadelphia Union. Bam Adebayo at the buzzer to beat the Brooklyn Nets 109-107 yesterday. The Heat are back on the court tonight as it's Kelly O revenge night. The Houston Rockets, they're in town, tip-off 8 p.m. And the Marlins, they took 2 out of 3 from the San Francisco Giants. They welcome Baltimore in for 2 games starting tomorrow. And in soccer news, how do I say it? Jose Mourinho has been sacked by Tottenham. I knew I'd mess it up, and I had Toast on standby just in case. This is South Florida's local sports talk station. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast. You can join Toasted Sports by text to 844-416-8123.
Third segment, 8 o'clock hour, 8:42. Toasted Sports streaming live on OnSideRadio.com. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Check us out on YouTube and on Twitch as we stream live there as well. Going to go out to the phones. Of course, we've got the draft coming up in just a couple of weeks. And our neighbors to the north are sitting on the number 1 pick, so we will go out to ESPN writer for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It is Mr. Mike Duraco. Good morning, Mike. How are you on this Monday?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Summer is definitely here in South Florida. The humidity is back like a son of a bitch. And so we'll be sweating our asses off until October.
Yeah, that's kind of Florida, isn't it? Huh? Sorry about that, guys. Still nice up here. Still in the 70s today.
So let me ask you this before we get into the picks and everything. Don't hear a lot about Jacksonville down here in Miami. So I know it's been a rocky, tumultuous existence thus far. Where does the Jags franchise stand with the fan base up there in North Florida?
Well, it's funny because before the 2020 season, they had announced that they were going to be taking 2 regular season home games to London, and that really kind of annoyed the heck out of everybody here. And now we're a year later, and this is probably the most excited I've seen the fan base in the off season. Wow. I mean, with the exception of 2018, I mean, probably since the late 90s. Sure. Urban Meyer has got them all crazy, and then obviously the Trevor Lawrence stuff has got them going nuts too. So, I mean, this is my understanding is that the draft party that they're having on Thursday evening, the first night of the draft at the stadium has been sold out already, and we've got almost 10, 11 days before the draft is even going to happen. So everybody up here is really excited, and it's just a lot of enthusiasm, and people really can't wait for next week.
Well, I mean, obviously you made mention of Urban. You made the huge hire going out and got the biggest name available from a head coach. You're basically handing the keys to the franchise over to him. How excited are the fan base for Urban, and what are the initial expectations? I mean, is this a deal where if he doesn't get us a Super Bowl in the next 7-10 years, then it's a bust, or what are the expectations going in?
Yeah, that's kind of funny because I've been batting that around back and forth with some of the other people that cover the team here, and I think everybody expects Urban and with the resulting Trevor pick too to get this team at least to a Super Bowl within the next 5 to 6 years. But he's won wherever he's been. He's turned he turned programs from solid winning program at Florida, which was in a little bit of a lull under the Ron Zook years, to a SEC and national champion 2 years later in his second season. So I think he did the same thing at Ohio State. I think they won in the second season. Look, everybody here, well, I shouldn't say everybody. It's a big Gators town. Jacksonville's a big Gators town, 75 miles away from Gainesville. So, there are a lot of fans here that were upset with Urban when he left the University of Florida and the way he left it. But, I mean, I don't really pick up on that anymore now. I think they seem to have forgiven him, and everybody here is, like I said, it's been crazy the amount of enthusiasm. Their season ticket sales are like 8 times what they were at this point last year. Now, granted, we were still going into the pandemic at that point, but we didn't really know what the capacities and everything was going to be at the stadium. So everything's just kind of rolling here. Well, and truthfully, realistic expectations should be that this team just kind of gets its head close to above water in 2021, and then maybe they can make a chance at a slight, maybe they have a chance at a playoff run in 2022. But, that's realistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations are through the roof.
Well, it's the worst secret in the draft because, well, if you guys don't take Trevor Lawrence, then a lot of Jacksonville Jaguars fans bought wedding gifts for a guy that's not going to be on their team. So obviously, we know the fans are all in on him. There was a little dust up with his SI interview. I guess some folks kind of took it the wrong way. How are folks in Jacksonville reading that whole thing about the work ethic?
Well, I think there were some people that were upset.
Okay.
Everybody wants their quarterbacks and their players to be like Tom Brady, where, he's got 6 Super Bowl championships, and he's talking about the disrespect and no one giving him a chance and all this other stuff as his motivation with the Bucs, and they go ahead and they win another one. So now he's got 7, and he's always got that chip on his shoulder, and I think everybody wants their quarterback to have that. But like I was telling somebody else, I'm like, he was the number 1 recruit in the country. He went to Clemson. He won a national championship as a freshman. I mean, like, where he's going to be the number 1 draft pick. Like, where is he supposed to get this chip? You know what I mean? Like, Tom Brady was picked 199. Okay, I get that chip, but where is he supposed to get this chip, Trevor? So, but he released a tweet. I want to say it was Saturday, maybe Friday. That basically explained what he was saying. That look, I love football. I work hard. I want to win. It's important to me. He just has his head on a little bit differently than maybe a lot of other people. He kind of knows who he is, and he knows that in the grand scheme of things, football is not the end-all, be-all that defines him. And, I think it was honestly a little bit refreshing, to be honest with you, because I obviously think sometimes that we kind of give way more emphasis to sports than in reality it probably deserves. Now, I'm saying that as a sports writer who's made my living off of it. So I love sports and I love football, and I'm fantastically happy to be covering it. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a game, and I think Trevor has that mindset a little bit. And but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to work, he doesn't want to win, he doesn't want to play hard, and he's not driven to be the best that he can be. And I think that's sort of what his statement told everybody.
Listen, I started losing my hair at 18. I don't know how you can have a chip on your shoulder when you got hair looking like him. Oh my God, I'd kill for that hair. I would kill. I call them locks for a reason. Oh my God, it's insane. All right, so Mike, we'll get you out of here on this. Obviously, outside of Trevor at number 1, you got to pick at number 25. You got 5 picks in the top 65. So really, this is a huge draft for Jacksonville and Urban to really kind of set the foundation moving forward for the next 3 or 4 years. You got to hit on a lot of these picks, at least a lot of these first 5 that you have.
Yeah. I mean, it's imperative. I mean, they nailed the first one, obviously, and it's imperative that they've got 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. So you need to come out with 4 starters out of that group of picks. I mean, I think it's unrealistic to think that they'll hit on all of them, but I mean, having that many picks gives you a lot of flexibility. You can address some of the positions you still need help on. And let's be honest, at 1 in 15 last year, it was more than just a quarterback. So they've got some areas that they've got to improve. So, safety, tight end, edge rusher, they've got to find some more help there at edge rusher. You could actually figure out or could address linebacker interior as well. So they've got some areas that they need to get. And when you have that many picks, you also have the luxury of if a guy that you didn't think would be there falls, like if, say, for some reason maybe a Kadarius Toney falls to the top of the second round, then you have the ability, well, we've got another pick later in this round, so we can go ahead and grab Toney here and still probably get a guy that we really, really want that we had high on our board. So,
oh, my God. You guys are going to have so many Gators on your team, aren't you? It's unbelievable. You guys are going to be the Florida Gators of the NFL within 3 years. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, Alex Smith ends up here, maybe 2 later on, and then it'll be like old reunion week.
Sure. Mike DiRocco, good stuff. All right, just so we can officially get you on the record, with the 2021 NFL draft, with the number 1 pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars will select who?
Trevor Lawrence.
There you go. Mike DiRocco, thank you very much, bro, from ESPN. Have a wonderful offseason and enjoy the draft in a couple weeks.
Thanks. You guys have a good day, too.
Good stuff, man. We will talk some soccer coming up at 9 o'clock. We got the Jets guy at 9:21, and then we got the 49ers guy at 9:40, so plenty more stuff going on. This is OnsideRadio.com.
You can join Toasted Sports by text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
It's toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnsideRadio.com.
When you're tired of watching the sun damage your furniture or raise your electric bill, it's time to do what we did here at OnsideRadio.com studio. Call A Shade Above Window Fashions. A Shade Above Window Fashions has a great selection of blackout shades to choose from. We can almost create a complete blackout for your bedroom or media room. Call them at 954-434-4774. That's 954-434-4774. Love the space you live in. A Shade Above Window Fashion.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
You can now watch Onside Radio daily by subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Search Onside Radio. Log on, subscribe, rate, and review Onside Radio on YouTube and Twitch. Find out why Big O has a face for radio. OnsideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
All right, class. Let's hear what everyone did this weekend. Jill?
Well, I raised my older sister to a big oak tree. It was at least 100 years old. My mom said I must have set a record or something. And then we went down by a stream and perched up on this huge rock and saw all of these little minnows swimming around way below us. And then I rescued my little brother from an evil slug king who was guarding him at the bush fortress. And my sister and I brought him back to our super twig fort for safety. And then we all laid out and told stories until it got dark. And the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Awesome. Where were you, Jill?
Yeah. We went to the forest. It's not that far away. Anyone want to come this weekend?
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week and find the fun, adventurous you. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
Finish him! Finish him! Finish him! Finish him! What a run! Finish him! And this one is over! Jake Paul!
I don't even know what to say about what happened over the weekend. This is Toasted Sports on Onside Radio. That was the call. I don't even know what we're doing anymore with boxing. But Jake Paul now is apparently the biggest draw in boxing.
Undefeated.
Yeah, 3-0. Listen, 3-0. Say what you will. Hasn't fought a boxer yet, but at some point I'm sure that'll happen. So yeah, he did Nate Robinson dirty, a few months ago. And so now he actually, at least this guy, Ben Askren or whatever his name was.
Oh, he looked like an ass crack.
At least he used to be an MMA fighter. But, bro, like, I'm just going to go out on a limb. Pretty sure Ben didn't hit the gym at all before this.
No, he looked like he ate Ben Askren.
Right? They should rename him Dad Bod. He is Dad Bod.
He had my bod. He had love handles on the side.
Bro. Like, he was going around. It was just jiggle, wiggle, wiggle, jiggle. I mean, and listen, Jake Paul, I'm not a fan. He's blocked me on Twitter. No, not Jake. Logan.
Yeah,
Logan has blocked
Paul,
me.
yeah.
Logan has blocked me on Twitter. Jake has not blocked me yet, but I'm working on it. Here's the reality. I'd love to just go ahead and just roll on his ass, but he did connect on a shot. Like he did hit Ben flush in the nose, flush in the face, and it knocked him silly. So I'll give him credit. He connected on a shot. I'm not sure why the official stopped it.
Askren couldn't walk. He stumbled toward him.
I guess I don't know.
You would have had the same thing happen to him that happened to Nate Robinson. Remember, Nate Robinson got knocked out. The referee let it go, and then he became the meme.
Okay, well, you know what? I want to see Ben Askren be a meme. Dude, people paid money for that fight.
Imagine if he would have gotten knocked out and laid out like flat on his back. The whales have been beached.
I did not pay for that fight. I was fortunate that someone, a friend, sent me a link. And so I was able to. I
thought you said a friend bought it. I was what a dummy!
A friend sent me a link, so I was able to watch it. I saw some of that. Was it really a fight or was it more of a Justin Bieber concert?
Oh, it was a concert.
It was more of a concert with a fight in between the acts, right? That's pretty much more of what it was.
There's some action in between, I guess.
I wonder how much money they made on this thing. They brought some of the people out there. Pete Davidson was out there. He had a little funny thing that he ends up saying during the backstage time.
You could tell how professional this event is by them having me here. We are backstage at Jake Paul's dressing room, or locker room, if you want to call it that. And, today's a really wild day for boxing because it just shows, how low it's truly sunk.
Yes, exactly. How low it's truly sunk. Thank you very much, Pete Davidson. That says it all. We got to take a break. If you paid for that fight over the weekend, I'm sorry for you. Okay, I'm very, very sorry. We're going to talk some soccer coming up next. Inter Miami had their season opener, got some things to say about that. And then some seismic news occurred in Europe while you were all sleeping. And we'll get into all of that coming up next on OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. I know you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When you want local sports,
1260 WLESPN.
We're alive and local.
Yes, what she said.
Well, it's what they wrote.
Look at it this way, honey.
Oh, no. Here we go.
At some point, this was all live, and wherever it came from, it was local there.
You get that look whenever you stretch the truth or when you need your laxative.
Ain't it awful? South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night.
Perfect. I love my job.
Oak Tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans! Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Welcome to Toasted Sports.
Okay, let's see where to start.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
Wake up and assimilate the day. Get out of bed. Resistance is futile.
I have got a serious case of the Mondays.
Hello, everyone. We would just like to announce that our party is starting now.
You having a party? Party's over.
It's Monday morning.
Wow.
That was quick.
It's Monday.
Back to work, everyone. It's showtime, baby.
Here's Toast.
Nine oh four. Second hour. Toasted Sports. Coming to you from Inter Miami CF Stadium. Or actually, I'm sorry. No, actually, Dry Pink Stadium. My bad.
Hey, watch it now.
Dry Pink
It
Stadium.
has been 2 weeks.
So, man, it was great to tune in yesterday.
It was rocking here.
Man, I mean, they only had 8,000 folks here at the stadium, but you could just feel it on TV. There was just, I mean, the ends were packed.
Yes.
The ends were packed. The supporter sections
were
were just packed. It was phenomenal. Garber was here, the MLS commissioner. It was a great show. It's a great show. The stadium looked beautiful on TV, and they
I was
came
told Tom
out.
Brady was here as well.
Yes, he was here. They showed him. He definitely got camera time. Tom Brady looking very comfortable, checking out the game. Saw David Beckham do a lap for the fans around, giving everybody a hand. He looked just sharp with that black suit on.
Always that guy.
Man, oh, man.
I felt bad the other day.
Right. And then the game starts, and, man, they look good.
Yes.
Look good. Came out. We were on our front foot. We were dictating possession. We were dictating tempo. Blaise Matuidi and Pizarro were just dominating the midfield. Then we get that first goal. Robbie Robertson, his first ever MLS goal right before the break in injury time of the first half. Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
It was great. This place
Feeling
was rocking.
good, right? Come out for the second half. Things start off, and then LA Galaxy makes a tactical change. They changed to a 4-4-2. And then that kind of opened up Chicharito, and bad things started happening. He got 2 goals. They get a late winner in, the 81st, 82nd minute. Inter Miami go on to lose this one 3-2. And, listen, his first game, we got a new manager, we got a lot of new players, get all that, but this is one thing that's carried over from last year. You got to put these games away. You got to put them away. Listen, LA Galaxy's not a very good team. All right, but both these teams were at the bottom of the standings last year. When you have a 1-goal lead, you've got to put it away. And you had a 1-goal lead twice. You got to put it away. You got to put it away. So hopefully they can improve on that. And as the season evolves, they get better in that area. But overall, I'll tell you from a tactical situation, I like the style of play. I like the fact that I like what Phil Neville's trying to install here. Hopefully the defense and the goalkeeping can improve a little bit. But it was a good first game, not the result that we wanted. Sure that David and Jorge Mas not thrilled anytime we get a loss, but it was a good setting. I think we see that it's going to be a fun team to watch.
Definitely,
Should be an exciting team to watch.
Toast, for you, how much do you put into what Neville said in the post-game presser where he said it looked like a team that had preseason games against MLS competition and a team that had preseason games against USL competition?
Well, and we also lost 3 of those games. We didn't play them because of the COVID.
No, yeah. The ones we didn't play also were some of the MLS opponents.
Right, exactly. So, listen, I agree with him. There's going to be – listen – you don't have – it's kind of like with the Kane scrimmage, when you get ready for Alabama. There's no one you can scrimmage beforehand that's going to get you ready for that from a talent standpoint. And if you are scrimmaging USL teams and then even if you play a lesser MLS team, there's a serious talent difference there. And so, and listen, that part of that was also an excuse. And that's fine, all good. It's real. You want to chalk it up as an excuse or whatever. But listen, I believe in Phil Neville. I believe in the squad they've assembled here. I think it's going to come along. I need to see Higuain score from open play. That hasn't happened. He got it from the PK. He had that one nice shot. It had a beautiful save in the first half. He had another opportunity where there was a wonderful defensive slide tackle that just kind of took the ball out from him in the first half as well, where he might have had a shot to put one in the net. But we need him to he's the most expensive player in MLS. We need him to start scoring from open play because if we're not getting goals from him, it's going to be rough because we can't be counting on the new kid like Robbie and stuff like that. Gonzalo's got to be the guy. Also, before we get into the Super League stuff, MLS came out, and you heard Don Garber talking about it at halftime on the ABC broadcast, that the Inter Miami is going to be penalized. So what the MLS has decided is that we played with an illegal roster all of last year. Teams are only allowed to have 3 designated players. MLS is now saying that we played with 4 designated players last year. That's why they had to go ahead and cut loose Pellegrini. Here's my only issue with that. And I don't know whether we'll get more into the business side of this when we talk to Austin on Wednesday for our weekly soccer segment. But every deal in the MLS is approved by the league. Inter goes out, they want to sign someone. They sign it all up to do the paperwork. They give it to the league so the league can make sure everything's on the up and up and no rules are being broken. So last year, what screwed Inter Miami was last year when they finally made the Gonzalo Higuain move. He technically became our 4th designated player when he was supposed to be our 3rd. But how did MLS let that happen? How did MLS not say, guys, I appreciate that you want to sign Gonzalo, but you already have 3 designated players here. So I don't know how you're thinking you're going to do this. So I'm not sure how that was able to even get that far. And now we're going to get screwed on the back end with, who knows what the punishment's going to be. I guess we're going to find out by the end of the week.
MLS is just looking at that money.
Dude, I'm guessing it's going to be a huge fine. I'm guessing there might be a points deduction. There could be a draft situation. You might lose draft. I don't know what they're going to be.
Well, we already lost Pellegrini, right?
Yeah, no, we already had to cut Pellegrini loose. Had to use our buyout on him, sent him to Fort Lauderdale.
Until we can find a new home.
Until we can find a new home. We sent him on loan there. But, yeah, my issue is how do they break the rules when MLS had to approve the deal? So that's the only thing that has me kind of like, how does that happen? Moving on, other soccer stuff. Huge seismic thing happened yesterday afternoon. If you were on Twitter, you saw it start coming around. This has been talked about for the last number of years. And now a bunch of owners have used the pandemic as an excuse to try to push this through, and that is a brand new European Super League for the top club teams in all of Europe. Listen, we got some great audio. You talk about Neville here. Well, his brother, who played with him at Man United, is a commentator for Sky Sports. He had some stuff to say, but hang on a second, Sean. The first thing I'll say about this is this. There's an old saying, you reap what you sow. You've heard that, Sean? You reap what you sow.
All the time.
So over the last 20 years, the Premier League, the English FA, UEFA, FIFA, global soccer has been sowing as these American billionaires buy these clubs up and the valuations of these leagues skyrocket and the added team. Oh, my God, look at all the money coming. This is all great. Well, now you're going to reap that because suddenly all those greedy billionaires, they want more. Oh, you thought just buying your club would be enough. No. Now they want to make even more money. Well, how do they do that? They want to Americanize European soccer. They want to Americanize it. One of the things that we talk about in sports here is that one of the cool things they do over there is they have relegation and promotion, where you can be a team that started in the 5th division and you can work your way up and you can make the Champions League one day. That path is there for you. It's incredibly hard, but a path does exist for you to play up against the best. This would close that down. Basically close that down. Neville's brother went on Sky Sports yesterday. He's a legend, played for Manchester United, and he absolutely did not hold back and shredded this entire concept.
It's an absolute disgrace, and honestly, we have to wrestle back the power in this country from the clubs at the top of this league, and that includes my club. And I've been calling for 12 months as part of another group for an independent regulator to bring checks and balances in place to stop this happening. It's pure greed. They're imposters. They're imposters. They're nothing to do. The owners of this club, the owners of Liverpool, the owners of Chelsea, the owners of Manchester City, they're nothing to do with football in this country. There are 100 and odd years of history in this country from fans that have lived and loved these clubs.
So here's what's happening. This would not end the Premier League. What it would mean is, so right now, during the course of a season, you have games that happen midweek that are Champions League games, or they're Europa League games, depending on which competition you qualified for based on your record the previous season. So there's a lot of money involved in that. When you make Champions League, it is a financial windfall for your team. So you have the biggest clubs in all of Europe: Man United, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atleti, Inter Milan, AC Milan, and Juventus, all saying they want to stop doing the Champions League and they want to do a European Super League. And they would all be founding members and they would always be in it regardless of how well they're playing. And there would be 3 more teams that would be founding members that would always be in. 2 from the Bundesliga who were smart and said, hey, we're not going to go public with this yet. Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. And then PSG in Ligue 1. Or however the hell you say one in French. Ligue 1. I don't know, whatever it is. So this would effectively, it would be 15 clubs would be automatically in this every single year. 5 clubs would then rotate based on how they have been performing in their league and everything. So you would have some new clubs in every year, but for the most part, this would be every single year. Like Liverpool right now, all right, Liverpool is battling in the Premier League to get one of the top 4 spots so they qualify for Champions League next year. These owners don't want to have to qualify anymore. These owners of these big clubs, they don't want that uncertainty anymore. John Henry doesn't want he doesn't want to have to worry about a team like West Ham or Leicester taking his Champions League spot. They don't want to have to worry about it. So if they do this, they're already in, they get the money, they don't have to worry about it. Now, here's the big issue. And there's just so much to unpack here, and we're going a little bit long. But I'll try to wrap this up quickly. Unlike here, soccer teams in Europe truly are a community team. Okay? It's supposed to be incredibly affordable. It is the closest thing we have to that relationship here is college football. But the relationship between fans and their football clubs over there are 10 times what the relationship is between Alabama and their fans. Like, you think that's hardcore? There's nothing compared to the hardcoreness, the way European fan bases are with their local club. And basically what you're doing is you're ripping the soul out of European football. Promotion, relegation, that whole dream of the little club being able to take on the giants. You're ripping that all out. And you're doing it for only one reason: billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. And I'm not surprised. Like, if this started in 1992 when the Premier League signed that giant deal with Sky Sports and it transformed the financial structure of that entire league forever and turned it into what it is now. That's when the seeds were laid. And when you bring these billionaires in, when is enough enough? When is enough enough? It's never enough for a billionaire. They're always going to want more. They're always going to want more. And they don't want their investment to be at risk. They don't want to have to deal with promotion and relegation. They don't want to have to deal with not making the Champions League. No. It's not why they bought these teams. They want it like in America, where my team's always going to be in. And so they're Americanizing British and European soccer, and the fan bases are pissed, and there's going to be a revolt. And I want to see how this all plays out, because this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well. There's going to be protests, and whether this is all just, we want a better deal, so we're just going to go ahead and puff our chest out, we'll see how this all works out. And we'll talk to Donald tomorrow about it. We'll talk to Austin on Wednesday with more details about it. But bad situation going on right now. Greed is killing soccer in Europe, and it's being led by a bunch of American owners. And my owner of Liverpool, John Henry, the Red Sox. And not a proud day to be a Liverpool or Red Sox fan, because what he's doing is absolute garbage. We'll take a break. We got to talk Jets draft coming up next on Onside Radio.
Toasted Sports returns after this.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Dunkin', to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
It's Toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnsideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a two-night event as OnsideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL Draft Party on the planet.
When you're looking for curtains and blinds to create a space of your own, look no further than Vandalux. At a shade above Window Fashions in Davie, Vandalux can tailor your space to your needs. Create the atmosphere and ambiance you desire. We invite you to discover it at Vandalux.com. Explore our new solar control systems, range of sustainable fabrics, and energy-efficient solutions that can improve your well-being and quality of life. Witness Vandalux Beauty. Go to Vandalux.com or follow them on Instagram at Vandalux_official. For a personal experience, A Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie is an official Vandalux partner.
Fish fans, time to reel in the latest news in baseball with OnsideRadio.com's Marlins Minute. Here's Alex Aguirre.
The Miami Marlins have made it back-to-back series wins after taking 3 out of 4 in Atlanta and out 2 out of 3 against the Giants. Unfortunately, the bats were quiet in the series finale against San Francisco, and Miami couldn't complete the sweep, getting shut out 1-0. Pablo Lopez did set a career high in strikeouts with 9 in 6 strong innings. Starling Marte was pulled out of yesterday's game in the middle of his 9th inning at bat due to what appeared to be an injury in his oblique area. Marte was taken out of the game after John Mattingly and the team trainer had a look. The Fish have the day off today and are back in action tomorrow to host the Baltimore Orioles for a quick 2-game series. Last season, Miami swept Baltimore in their 4-game series at Camden Yards, and 2 of those wins were by shutout. Let's hope the Marlins pitching staff can repeat that type of performance. First pitch is tomorrow at 6:40. Let's go Fish.
Keep up with the latest on the Miami Marlins by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Second segment, 9 o'clock hour. Toasted Sports. I am Toast. Got Sean Stanley behind the board as always, sitting shotgun. Supposed to have the John Butchko from Gangrene Nation and SB Nation coming on to talk some Jets, but trying to get him on the phone right now. Maybe he's available, maybe he's not. We'll see. While we wait for that, though, let's talk about some other stuff that went down over the weekend. Your Miami Heat yesterday. So I'll be honest, I did not watch the game yesterday. There was a decision to be made. Are you watching the Heat or are you watching Inter Miami? Both games were basically on at the same time. ESPN had the Heat game. ABC had Inter Miami. So I went ahead and chose to watch Inter Miami. Then I did get over there and watch the very end of the Heat game, just in time to see Bam Adebayo hit a game winner, and the crowd just go nuts, and his teammates come off the bench and swarm him. And, listen, there was no Jimmy Butler. You had no James Harden. KD left after, 5 minutes because he got a knee to the thigh, and he couldn't keep going on with that. So good win for the Heat. Listen, Jimmy mentioned over the weekend they got to start playing bully ball. And they do. That loss to Minnesota was quite possibly the worst loss they've had in, 2, maybe 3 years. It was dreadful. So do we have him on, Sean? Oh, not yet? Okay. So whether bully ball is enough to and are you allowed to, is Jimmy allowed to say that? I understand what he's saying.
I think he needed to say it.
Well,
right?
no, but are you allowed to use that terminology anymore?
I mean, in that setting, maybe,
But he's 100% correct.
Yeah, 100% correct.
This team needs to – listen, we talked about with the Jacksonville guy how Trevor Lawrence doesn't have a chip on his shoulder. This team needs a chip on their shoulder. This team has to start playing with some anger. They have to be they got to start playing pissed off. It's just – I mean, I don't know. We can't seem to get – after we had that one run of, 9 wins in a row where we won 9 out of 10, there hasn't been a streak where we're getting all hot on everything. So we got him on, I'm guessing, Sean? Got him. All right, we'll go out to the phones right now. From Gangrene Nation, talk a little bit about what the Jets have planned for the draft. It is John Butchko. Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. Before we get into the draft stuff, I kind of think that we're about to hit a brave new point in time when it comes to the Dolphins and Jets rivalry. I think, obviously, we both know that the fan bases don't like each other. I think we've probably both been to games where we've seen fights. I've actually seen fights break out at local bars because of the Jets fan and the Dolphins fan there. But I got to be honest, John, I think that could be over. Because I think the next time we see a Jets fan and a Dolphins fan square off at a tailgate or at a bar and they're about to throw hands, all you got to do is just yell, Adam Gase. And they will come together and they will bond and they will hug it out and they will laugh over the fact that we both had that loser as our head coach.
Isn't it amazing how Adam Gase brings us all together?
Right? It's like Kumbaya time with Adam Gase. How happy are you guys that he is now gone?
It's amazing. You can actually look forward to the season. Right. I mean, all joking aside, there was a lot of apathy in the Jets fan base. You could feel it entering last season because people did not believe the team could be successful with Adam Gase. And, who knows how Robert Saleh is going to work out, but there's hope again because there's at least belief that this guy could be the answer is head coach. And that's one of the things when the Jets hired Adam Gase, that first offseason after you hire a head coach should be the most exciting time of the fans, if anything's possible. But it wasn't that way with Adam Gase in 2019 because we had just watched him fail in our division. So there was no way you could imagine that this was going to work out.
Yes. So what is the reading on Robert Saleh? Obviously very highly thought of around the league, had a great job with his defenses in San Francisco. What are you hearing about players and folks in the organization about how he's laying down his imprint there?
I think there's a lot of cautious optimism. I think you always have to keep things in check when you're dealing with a first-time head coach. You always expect that there are going to be bumps along the road. But Saleh is a guy who has been really good at connecting with people, which obviously was a weakness of the former head coach. But beyond that, I think one of the things that makes people optimistic about Saleh is the Jets have had this issue over the last few head coaches where they were really only focused on their side of the ball. You go back to Rex Ryan, who was a great defensive coach, but he really only cared about defense. Todd Bowles, his views on offense, Todd views it kind of felt like viewed the offense as an inconvenience, something to get around. And then Gase had no interest at all in defense. In fact, there was a game late season last year against the Raiders that you may remember where the Jets lost on the last play of the game because Greg Williams sent a zero blitz with 10 seconds left. And there was a story that came out that Gase wasn't even paying attention. He was talking with somebody else. And then by the time he realized that the call was in, this ball was being snapped and he couldn't overrule it. So Saleh's brought in, a coach he trusts to run the defense. He says he's not going to call the plays on defense. Now, you can be a successful head coach and be very involved on your side of the ball. But I think for Jets fans, what they've gone through over the last few years, it's nice to have a head coach who understands that his role and he's responsible for the entire team, not just his side of the ball.
All right, so obviously you guys make a trade and you send Sam Darnold gone. I'm one of those that I believe Sam Darnold's still going to have a really nice career. It was just the worst possible situation for him. But obviously you need to get a quarterback. All the talk is this kid from BYU, Zach Wilson, or are you more of a Justin Fields guys? Where do you think the Jets go with this pick?
So personally, I kind of don't view it as one's guy's better than the other. I view it as which skills do you want because they bring different tools to the table. I do think the Jets are going to go with Zach Wilson. I think he fits what they want to do on offense a little bit better. He's got an incredible arm. It's not just I think sometimes when you talk arm strength, people think about just the maximum velocity when he throws the fastball or a deep pass. But Wilson, he hits passes from all kinds of arm angles, all kinds of platforms, and just extremely accurate. So I feel like that's the direction the Jets are going to want to go. I feel like that's kind of the template the Jets are looking to go at quarterback. As you mentioned, Darnold was traded, which kind of took some of the drama out of this pick because prior to the Darnold trade, there was a question, will the Jets stick with Darnold one more year? Maybe will they go in a different direction of two? But I do think all signs are pointing to the Jets taking Wilson.
All right, so then if they do take Wilson, then they have the number 23 pick. Obviously, there's plenty of holes to fill. Do they go with the offensive line? Where would you like to see them go after they take Zach Wilson?
Well, I think the tricky thing about that is the only offensive lineman who I think would be a good value, and they really need help. The interior is really where they need help. Their guard play is not very strong. I don't think Vera Tucker from USC is going to be there. I think in an ideal world, one of the top corners would fall to them. Realistically, I think Farley out of Virginia Tech is the most viable because he's got some question marks with his injuries and he opted out of the 2020 season. So I think if one of the top three corners are Kane, Horn, or Farley falls, I think it's going to be Farley. If that doesn't happen, though, then it's an interesting position because it's an interesting spot the Jets are in because they don't necessarily need help on the defensive line, but they could use another guy. They could get by with what they have on the defensive line, but they could always use another pass rusher. So maybe an Azeez Ojulari comes into play from Georgia. You could also talk about wide receiver. This is another position where the Jets did a good job in free agency. They got Corey Davis. You have Denzel Mims entering year 2. You still have Jamison Crowder. You have Keelan Cole, who you signed in the offseason. So it's a deep group, but you could use a young, high-upside guy like maybe a Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota or a Terrace Marshall out of USC, and that person could come along at their own pace. They wouldn't be under any pressure to enter the lineup on year 1 if they weren't ready. So, I think 23 is a little tricky because the Jets' most glaring needs probably don't, which are corner and guard, don't really line up with the value there unless somebody falls unexpectedly. And again, if somebody falls, I think it probably will be Farley. So you may go at a position that's a premium spot where you don't have as glaring a need, but you can still get an impact player.
Looking at some of the mock drafts and a couple of the players that a lot of the mock drafts have the Dolphins and Jets both going after is Alabama running back Najee Harris. Is he highly regarded within the Jets? Are you hearing that name?
You know, I would be surprised to see the Jets go with a running back for a couple of reasons. First of all, your running back's probably is one of the lowest priority positions across the NFL. But the Jets are also putting in a new system with offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur, who's worked under Kyle Shanahan his entire career. And, you know, if you go back to the 1990s with Mike Shanahan, Kyle's father in Denver, that system has a history of helping unheralded running backs produce and improve. And, you know, if you look through the team, now this is not necessarily indicative of what the Jets will do, but if you look at the teams Mike LaFleur's coached with, they have not really been full of running backs that were highly drafted. So I would be a little – it's nothing against Najee Harris. He's an excellent player. I think he's going to be a heck of a back in the NFL. I just don't think that's where the priority is going to be for the Jets.
All right, we saw the Patriots. It was wonderful to see them just fall down this year and not be able to get up. Bill Belichick went all in with free agency. Do you think that he spent wisely? Are the Pats going to bounce back up, or are we in the middle of a Pat decline? What do you think?
Well, I'm hesitant to ever bet against Bill Belichick, but to be honest with you, the offseason New England had reminds me a lot of off seasons the Jets used to have, where there's a lot of spending.
Throw the money.
I don't
Throw
know
the money. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know that. I mean, they made a lot of splashy signings and they threw a lot of money around, but I don't know that they did it all that efficiently. And I still think the quarterback's a question mark. I mean, I didn't think Cam Newton had a great year last year, so I mean, I think the Patriots still need some work. Now, if the rest of the NFL allows Justin Fields to fall to them, maybe I'll amend my statement. There's these rumors about it, which I'm going to be so mad at the rest of the NFL if they bail New England out and give New England Justin Fields. But I don't love what the Patriots did this offseason, to be honest with you.
Talking to John Butchko from Gangrene Nation. John, we'll get you out of this. Going to have to put you on the record with the number 2 overall pick in the 2021 draft. The New York Jets are going to select who?
Zach Wilson. I think it's going to be Wilson.
Good stuff. John, we have Adam Gase that we can always bond over moving forward. Good luck in the draft, man. Thanks for giving us a few minutes.
Absolutely.
Good stuff, man. Check out John and his stuff, Gangrene Nation, if you want to get some Jets info. I don't know why you want to do that to yourself, but nice enough guy. Nice enough guy. We got one more coming up, man. We got to talk to the number 3 overall pick, the San Francisco 49ers. Find out how our boy Nick Bosa is recovering and find out why the 49ers just despise Jimmy G. All that's coming up next on OnSideRadio.com.
You can join Toasted Sports by text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody Ass family. Dr. Moody Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnsideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this 2-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a 2-night event as OnsideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL draft party on the planet.
She's kind of a big deal. Some people like to say it's only because of how she looks. She sticks her tongue out a lot. But there's just something about her that makes people do crazy things, like get tattoos of her face, or wait in line for hours just to say hi. Lil Bub is a 2-year-old cat, an Instagram celebrity with a following bigger than some 90s television stars. And it all started because she was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Lil Bub, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. They will be there for you when nobody else is, to help you, your family, your community. This is their selfless promise. This is their sworn duty to protect, to serve, to help. They put themselves in harm's way for us. They come to the rescue at times when we need them most. First responders are making enormous personal sacrifices to keep showing up for us and fighting the good fight. Nearly 70% of all firefighters are volunteers. That means when they get injured or quarantined, they may not have a way to pay their rent or keep their family safe and fed. No matter who you are or where you live, when you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org and make a difference today.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
Inter Miami loses its opening match 3-2 to LA Galaxy. Robbie Robinson got his first goal this season off an assist by Higuain. Higuain also got a penalty kick goal in the second half. Next match is Saturday versus the Philadelphia Union. Bam Adebayo at the buzzer to lead the Miami Heat to a 109-107 win over the Brooklyn Nets. The Heat back on the court tonight as it's Kelly O revenge game. The Houston Rockets are in town. Tip-off 8 p.m. I got Kelly O going for 20 and 10. Marlins take 2 out of 3 from the San Francisco Giants. They welcome the Baltimore Orioles in for 2 games starting Tuesday. And in soccer news, Jose Mourinho has been sacked by Tottenham. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnsideRadio.com.
Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
9:39. Second to last segment, Toasted Sports on this Monday morning. Got Sean sitting shotgun as always. We've been talking to some folks about the NFL draft. We talked to Jacksonville earlier in the show. We just did the New York Jets, and now we will head out to Tech Country, San Francisco, where Kyle Madsen is standing by from Niners Wire to talk about the number 3 overall pick with the 49ers. Good morning, Kyle. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, man. Thanks for giving us a few minutes. We appreciate it. Let's start off with the one question. Why does everyone out there hate Jimmy G so much?
I don't know. That's a really good question. We were trying to figure that out all offseason, really, but I think it stems from you throw 8 passes in an NFC Championship game, and then the overthrow in the Super Bowl, and just the way the end of the Super Bowl went. And then he comes out in Week 1 last year and wasn't very good. I think the frustration grew very rapidly and has now just kind of reached a boiling point.
All right, so obviously Shanahan had some interesting comments a few weeks ago that he came out and said, well, hey, that'll be good motivation for Jimmy. Do you buy into that, or did he kind of insult his quarterback?
No, I buy into that a little bit because it's not performance-based with Garoppolo. It's just that he can't stay healthy. And so I think I think Shanahan legitimately thinks that Garoppolo can still win. And this is the first time he's ever really been challenged since they traded for him in 2017. So it behooves him from a contractual standpoint to go out and play well this year, because if he does, he can get traded and stay on the contract that's going to earn him $26 million in 2022, and then probably earn an extension. If he gets hurt or doesn't play well, the 49ers probably cut him, and he's probably looking at half of that on the open market.
All right, so we know that we have a Trey Lance Pro Day happening. And all the reports now that ESPN has got, I saw this on Twitter last night, was that the 49ers apparently were very involved in the scripting of what this workout is going to look like. Is that true? And does that pretty much show their hands?
Not necessarily. Trey Lance is working with John Beck, who's a quarterback's coach that Kyle Shanahan actually coached. And really, really likes. But Beck has also worked with Zach Wilson. He's worked with Justin Fields some. The 49ers had a hand in scripting Justin Fields' second pro day. So I think that this is the change here, though, is that they wanted Lance to work with Beck specifically to work on some specific things. So that's kind of interesting to me. But like I said, they had their hands on Justin Fields' pro day as well. I read into it a little bit, but not super far.
All right, before we get into what will happen with that pick, you guys are also picking at number 43. And is there any thought listen, I am a diehard Seahawks fan, so I pay attention to the 49ers and what you guys got going on. But I know that you guys do have a need at cornerback. Any thought that maybe they'll try to trade back into the first round and pick up one of those top 4 cornerbacks?
Man, I was looking at it last night, and I have a hard time imagining a team will be willing to trade with them, because even if it's the Bucs, they got to move back 12 spots. The Niners need some of their draft capital still, and they don't have a ton to work with next year. They've already traded a first and a compensatory third. So maybe if there's a player they really like, they've been aggressive under John Lynch moving up, but I just don't know if they have the capital to do it.
Like many others, running back also a need. Anyone that you know that they like right now? Are they looking at like a Najee Harris, or looking at like some lesser names later on in the draft?
I imagine it would be a lesser name later in the draft. There's a couple names I don't know. There's a second running back, not Javonte Williams, but there's a second running back at UNC that I think is kind of intriguing. And then I forget the Oregon State running back's name, but he's a tank, and he runs super hard and just reminds me of the kind of guy the 49ers would like. So I think if they go that route, it would probably be middle to end of day 3, and then of course we know Shanahan loves his undrafted guys, so that's on the table as well. You
guys got some South Florida royalty over there. How's our boy Nick Bosa recovering? What's the prognosis for him heading into the season?
He looks great. Everybody that's worked out with him or seen him work out has said they expect him to be back at 100%. So that's, the 49ers are certainly crossing their fingers because he is their most important player on that side of the ball.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put you on the spot now. Just so you know, the guy from Jacksonville already took Trevor Lawrence off the board. The Jets went ahead and took Zach Wilson. So with the number 3 overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the 49ers will draft who?
I think it's Trey Lance.
Trey Lance? Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm going with Trey Lance.
All right. Kyle Madsen, thank you very much for giving us a few minutes. Check out his site, Niners Wire, and good luck in the draft in a couple weeks, man.
Cool. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great one.
Very good. We will. Yep. There you go, man. Good stuff, Sean. So we got the top 3 guys off the board, all been quarterbacks.
A little bit of surprise there, right?
Trevor, I wasn't sure. Yeah, that was the first unknown for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that was pretty much sure that the Jets guy was going to take Zach Wilson. Listen, for me, I personally, if I'm a Niner, I'm taking Justin Fields. You do what you want there. I'm going to take the guy that's been playing against better competition. Not a complete shot at FCS. I know that, but for me, yeah, I mean, if I have a chance at a Power 5 starting quarterback that has an amazing win-loss record in all the intangibles
and showed up in big games,
exactly, and showed, I'm gonna do that over Trey Lance. I just am. Trey Lance, to me, there's too much unknown being an FCS quarterback, especially this year when you didn't play any 1A teams, and it was the schedule was pushed back to spring. So there's just too many unknowns for me. And at number 3, you can't have this be a bust. Now, granted, as a Seahawks fan, would love for it to be a bust. Oh, I would love for them to please pick the wrong guy. Please pick. But that said, if I'm then, I'm taking Justin Fields. I'm not touching Trey Lance. There's just too much unknown, and I don't want to have that much of a wild card with my number 3 overall pick. But that's just me. We will schedule more of these guys. We'll try to get like the first 10 or so picks locked in before the draft happens next week, and that'll be good, man. Good stuff, Sean. Good stuff. Oh, dude, did you see Brad Stevens, Sean? No. So Brad Stevens, head coach of the Boston Celtics, we don't know for how long, but there was a lot of talk a couple weeks ago that, he's an Indiana boy. He grew up in Indiana. Didn't go to Indiana, but grew up in Indiana. And that, you know what, maybe he'd be a good pick to be the head coach of Indiana basketball. Obviously, they have since hired Mike Woodson, but now we're finding out, bro, Miller turned down a 7-year, $70 million contract to go back to Indiana. Like, listen, dude, I get that NBA is king and that, you're going to get paid. Not a lot of NBA coaches making more than $10 million a year. And this is guaranteed. I mean, look, props to him if you didn't want to go. That's great. But, wow, can you imagine any scenario, Sean, where you turn down $70 million guaranteed?
I can't imagine I turn down $70.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine turning down $7,000.
In that instance, too, because if you can get that program back on track, you're going to be the Nick Saban there,
You absolutely are. You get back to winning natties and getting to Final Fours, the endorsements, the national endorsements you'll be doing. I mean, oh my goodness, yeah, you'll be on a level with like Coach K and them. Rick Pitino, Calipari, I should say. Kentucky. But yeah, man, so I was, only Mike Krzyzewski and Jay Wright are the only college coaches making more than $5 million a year. This was $10 million. $10 million for 7 years. Like, dude, I'll live in Indiana for that. I'll do it. I will absolutely do it. Woof.
You gotta go from
Boston to
Indiana.
Isn't it Bloomington, Indiana? I think it's Bloomington, Indiana. Yeah. Oh man, those are brutal winters over there.
I bet you it's the wife.
Listen, man.
The wife's like, I'm not going to Indiana.
Really, dude? Your wife can have a spa day every day. She can have a limo, pick her up at the house every day, and take her to a spa day for like 4 or 5 hours. Well, every day she can do that.
Apparently, she had a number in her head, and that wasn't the number.
$10 million a year, you can absolutely do that. Oh, my goodness. That is just – listen, talk about having confidence in yourself, because there are a lot of folks that were saying that he's on the hot seat in Boston. He's been there almost a decade. They can't get to the NBA Finals. 0-3, I believe, in Eastern Conference Finals. So, that's good for him, I guess, but that's ballsy. What was that? What did you just say? You just whisper in my ear? Oh, okay, good.
Just whispering sweet nothings in your ears.
Inside the Paint will be coming up today with Ira and with Ethan. Get the latest on the Heat. It
was a win. I hope we got waffles.
I know, baby. They got a win. Got a game winner from Bam. Damn, Goran looked good.
Oh, he put the big boy pants on yesterday, right? That felt good.
Bully ball,
felt
baby.
Good.
Bully ball.
Oh, Jimmy.
We'll take a break after this. This is Onside Radio.
Toasted Sports returns after this.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
It's toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnSideRadio.com.
When you want local sports, 1260 WLESPN.
We're live and local.
Yes, what she said.
Well, it's what they wrote.
Look at it this way, honey.
Oh, no. Here we go.
At some point, this was all live, and wherever it came from, it was local there.
You get that look whenever you stretch the truth or when you need your laxative.
Ain't it awful? South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Toasted Sports, Monday morning. Final segment before Inside the Paint with Ethan and Ira comes at you right at the top of the hour, 10 o'clock. Little basketball news that happened over the weekend. Dwayne Wade is now a part owner of the Utah Jazz.
Spurned us again.
Well, you know what? It's interesting because that announcement happened, and then Mickey Arison went ahead and did a tweet kind of congratulating Dwayne, but talking about how he had made the same offer, but Dwayne wasn't ready to commit. Kind of like took a shot. Folks kind of took it that he was taking a shot at Dwayne for not being a part of the Heat ownership group. I got to say, not a good look for Mickey. Not a good look. Here's the deal. And I totally think I get why Dwayne went this direction. First of all, Dwayne played for the Heat, and Mickey Arison was his boss. And there were contractual negotiations and stuff that happened. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure that they have the best relationship. I'm not sure that Dwayne, I know that there were a couple years where Dwayne and LeBron were a little upset with the fact that Mickey didn't want to go into the penalty for salary cap, for spending, and pay that tax penalty by bringing in more talent that, LeBron and Dwayne wanted. So there may be a little thing there. Secondly, the guy that he's partnering up with, that he's joining, is close to his age. Like, they're friends. They have things in common. Mickey's like 70, in the 70s. Like, how much do you think him and Dwayne have in common? And do you think that Mickey would take Dwayne 100% serious in those meetings for like ownership stuff? like this guy's going to do. Do you think so? Or would he look at him, oh, you're my former player, this and that? You know what I'm saying? So I can see why Dwayne wanted a fresh start with an owner that he's very comfortable with, that he hangs out with, that he's friends with, as opposed to buying into the Heat where you're not going to have a lot of say. You may kind of be relegated to just kind of being a little figurehead or just kind of bring you out there for season ticket events or whatnot. So, no, man, I absolutely get why Dwayne did this. I think it's – and listen, because you played for a team doesn't mean that your post-career legacy has to still be tied to that team. Like, I mean, he doesn't owe us anything. He delivered. He more than delivered and earned every single dollar that we paid him when he was a member of the Miami Heat during his career. He earned it all. Fine, he left, he went to Chicago. Whatever. Whatever. You want to get upset about that? Listen, Dwayne Wade's an icon down here. He's Mount Rushmore. He can do whatever he wants when it comes to owning a sport, buying in, whatever. I think that there are certain times that maybe Mickey should, have not done that. All right, very quickly, our roundtable segment of the day. Through 16 games, Trevor Ariza has 8.7 points, 4.2 rebounds, 1.6 assists. Oh, my God, a whole lot of stuff, whole lot of stats there. Tonight, Miami hosts the Rockets. And the return of Kelly Olynyk. Kelly O averaging 10.6 boards. After watching both on this team, who was the better fit and who makes the Heat better? Well, it's Ariza because he plays on the other side of the floor, too. He plays defense. Defense matters. Kelly O, love him. No D. No D Kelly. So, yeah, that is an easy roundtable for me. I am taking Trevor Ariza all day, day. Twice on Sunday as well. I like Kelly, but, yeah, the defense is, and in the playoffs, defense matters. And having a lockdown defender like Trevor Ariza, I'm good with that. So I would prefer that. I got to get out of here, man. Inside the Paint, coming up next. Tons of basketball talk for the next hour. It is Ira Winderman. It is Ethan Skolnick. And it's only happening on OnSideRadio.com.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
It's toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126,